Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. September 23rd, 2024. Dhamma of Peace Series number 23. Two kinds of dangers. Baya. There are two kinds of dangers in the world of humans. We use the English word danger for the Pali word Baya, B-A-Y-A, Baya. It can mean dangers, trouble, disaster. There are two kinds. One is where parents and children, friends and relatives, and loved ones can help one another. It means a certain danger will fall, but children can help the parents, parents can help the children. In short, all the loved ones can help one another. In Pali, it is called Samanta Patika Baya. Samanta Patika Baya. All loved ones can help or protect one another from flood. Now there are floods all over the world, in every country, almost every country, and also fire, wildfire, sweeping through the forests, villages, cities, and unjust government. A lot of tyrannical, dictator type government who doesn't care for the benefits of the people and public, but for themselves. Those are unjust government. And of course, thieves and robbers. We don't need to expand on it. And hateful people, or enemies. People who doesn't like you and you don't like them. Such kind of people. So when people face such kind of 5 dangers, loved ones can help each other. Of course, if you wish, you can add war, earthquakes, tsunamis, droughts and famine, and so on. All natural disaster, but in the midst of them, loved one can help each other. Now, this is one part, these dangers. In the midst of these dangers, loved one can help each other. But there is also another thing, a practical thing that everybody can do. Is one must avoid evil, hurtful, harmful actions towards others and oneself, and execute wholesome actions. And if one keep on doing that, it safeguards oneself or a group of people from such disaster. Safeguard. It's not that they totally disappear, it safeguards you from there. In a way that some dangers fallen upon people, but those dangers for that group of people, they become smaller, not as higher an impact as it could or should be. And in some cases, they totally disappear. Wholesome karma helps cushion the soft landing from such disasters and troubles. So that is the second part in this first kind of danger. Now, another kind of danger. It is simply old age, sickness, and death that everybody has to face. No escape. Wishing and praying wouldn't help. No one in this world, let's say no one in this universe, including Deva, powerful Devas, Brahmas, Arahants, or even Buddha can help anyone. Nobody can help anybody. Even Buddha cannot help prevent anyone from falling into old age, sickness, and death. There is no way of escape from such danger or trouble. In Pali, it is called Amanta Vatika Baya. Amanta Vatika Baya. I just want to utilize these specific Pali words to remind that what we are talking about is actually coming from the scriptures. Except a few little things, if you wish, such thing as adding war, earthquake, tsunami, drought, and famine. That's up to you. So, old age, sickness, and death. Let's try and see piece by piece. First, old age. We are getting old. Still, people try to fight old age. You can see every day in many people by dyeing gray hair to be black or some other colors to look younger. The intention is to look younger. But the gray color eventually reappears at the roots. You can't win. You keep on dying, they keep on coming, and finally the hair becomes really dry and becomes worse. With time it becomes worse. Makeup specialists can make a person look younger for an evening event, especially celebrities and things like that. They can afford, they pay great money for makeup specialists and they look fabulous just for the evening. But go and look at that person in the morning, that's another different story. People go and have Botox injected at a particular part of their faces. That's what I think. I don't know for sure what they exactly do. And the skin becomes tight and firm. But in a few weeks or months, wrinkles reappear. Some can afford to have a plastic surgery done on their face and necks, okay, so that the wrinkle would disappear and look firm. However, to me, it never looks natural. It even looks uglier. That artificial tightening is so obvious and in some cases distort the facial features. Look at the hands of those people who did plastic surgery. The skins are still full of wrinkles and dried. The skin on the face and the skin on the hands doesn't match in the same person, in the same body. Hands are full of wrinkles and dry skin. That's some cases of how people try to fight old age and still fail and fail and fail again. Old age. Now, let's go into sickness. Sickness. Okay, we all know secondhand or on the YouTubes or on the TV or in the education show, the childbirth. When the child came out of the womb of the mother, doesn't come out with a smile. It came out with a full of painful sensation. We know that because the child is crying and crying and crying of that unpleasant feeling coming into this world. We came into the world with pain. And throughout the lifetime, we fall sick, have disease, some more than the other. People who have a good sila in the past life have lesser illness and sickness. People who doesn't have good sila in the past life have more sickness and disease. Some even contracted terminally ill disease, such as cancer and so on. Chemotherapy, pain. And then one dies. Watch carefully. They are full of pain and suffering. That's why some people even take pride in, oh, my loved one dies in sleep. He didn't suffer. Of course, from the obvious eyes of the loved ones, didn't suffer. But do you truly know what kind of mental state goes through at the time of death, in a sleep or in a half sleep? Nothing but pain, nothing but suffering. So if you look at it from the moment of birth to till death, life is full of pain, sickness and disease. That is what we call life, full of pains and disease. There's no escape from it. So we touch on the old age and sickness. Let's see what death is. Death is, obviously for us to know, we can put this way, the breaking down of all the blood cells and flesh, etc., in one's body permanently. That is death. Everything a live person have in the body decayed and died permanently, at least for this particular body. Blood cell, flesh, bones, sinews, everything that keep us alive and functioning just permanently stop working. That is death. The heart stopped working. That is death. The brain stopped working. That is death. That's what death means. But some people believe one dies and that's the end of it. No. As long as one have done wholesome and unwholesome karma, wholesome and unwholesome actions in this life, that karma has energy to proceed by giving rebirth, which is the arising of a new body and a new mind, body and mind, nama and rupa. Rebirth follows. Doesn't end with the death. whenever there is a rebirth, you can certainly be assured there will be death. Anything with a beginning has an end. There's no beginning without an end. If there's a beginning, there's the end. The rounds of rebirth, endless rounds of rebirth, a never-ending cycle. The only way not to die, the only way not to die is not to have rebirth again. That's the only way. So, how can we do? What can we do not to have rebirth so that we have deathlessness? Of course, by now, all the yogis know we must constantly practice Satipatthana Vipassana, mindfulness and sight, to become Arahant, the fourth and the highest noble person, Ariya, Arahant. Only then there will be no more rebirth, because Arahant has discarded all mental defilements. They have totally discarded the desire to have the mind and body, desire to have animal existence. They have abandoned craving. That's why they will not have any more rebirth. Arahant will not have any more rebirth. At the time of Buddha, everybody is aiming to become an Arahant. But now, almost 2,600 years after the Buddha, it is becoming more and more difficult to become Arahant. So it is better for us to aim at becoming the first noble person, a stream winner. Once a person attained the first noble person or Ariya, the first Ariya status, one is assured not to be reborn in the full willful state, and certainly, definitely assured to become an Arahant with a maximum of 7 rebirths. That's the power of Satipatthana Vipassana. May all of you be able to practice mindfulness and sight meditation and attain the first Ariya status, the stream winner, and lead on the journey towards becoming an Arahant as soon as possible. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you very much.